Okay, so this may be a beta kind of thing. And sorry if you can hear me echo, because I had to use my phone to see if the stream is working. So sorry if this gets weird or we hear extra stuff. Hey yo, okay. Hold on. Yeah. So we can hear it, but it is really loud. Do, do, do. Application. Do, 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 do.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Could Mary really be here? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Here, everybody is Silent Hill 2. So here's the thing. For the longest part of my life, I was like a PlayStation kid. And I've been like in a strict Christian household. So I wasn't like allowed to play any like horrible games. Like the closest to games I was allowed to play was like Kingdom Hearts or like Nicktoons Unite. Family would never let me touch like horror media. But as a kid, I was naturally drawn to horror type stuff. And luckily I had a sister that they let get away with stuff. Like actually interacting with normal things. And when I was like in middle school, she started introducing me to horror type media, and we had like a PS2 and like a computer. So first we started with like RPG games, then we started PlayStation 2 games that were horror games. So we had like The Thing and a couple of other games on like PS3 that were like ports from PS2, PS1. Sadly, we never got Silent Hill 2, but we did get Silent Hill 1 and like all the Fatal Frame games, some Resi games. But I have to say Silent Hill was always that series for me. it's always been an important series to me, and it has a lot of my favorite elements in like media, fiction, horror, but also like personal relations. And one thing I can say, yeah, I forgot that only, yeah, oh, hold on. My screen is glitching out a bit. Well, no, no, please stop. I don't want to accidentally access personal media files, please. Good sir. Okay. So that is weird. Because, like, when I was changing the size, this looked normal. And now suddenly this is normal. But, when I was changing it, because I forgot, like, resolutions also, like, it changes screen size. Um, it made it, like, really small for some weird reason until I just fixed it again. And gamma, uh, we do medium, off with that motion blur. I'm sorry, but, like, here's the thing. Here's the hard part. I literally just did all this before, like, actually starting recording, but it doesn't seem to have saved any of that. Enables motion effect on objects that are in motion relative to the player camera. No. Okay, I may have to turn this off though, because I do have epilepsy and this stuff can sometimes fuck me up. But anyways, going back on topic. Silent Hill has always been a series for me. And actually, my first game was Silent Hill 1. And it had an impact on me. And I loved it. And then on my 16th birthday, surprisingly, I got Silent Hill 3. I was actually gifted it personally from my mom, which was really unnatural, but I liked it. And it was the one game I could relate to the most personally, despite it being more oriented towards female horror. Because, unlike most people, as a guy, I've only really had females in my life, and the only males were all like really bad, horrible people. So I could relate with a lot of the pain and suffering and fears. I live with a bunch of girls in my house. So seeing a lot of the stuff that Heather would go through, I could see a lot of the stuff my sisters would go through. And it did affect me a lot, both with how I see things and deal with things. I also can admit it was the part of the one of few reasons why I was actually able to pass high school. Uh, let's say my school did a shite job at teaching things. So Silent Hill was kind of my savior in these things. I have four, but lost it after I started playing, which sucks. And then two, I never got to actually play two. Closest I got was this year. Uh Sadly my third game, which was an original copy, untouched. Uh I finally beat the game and I'm guessing something went wrong and at some point somebody was messing around with my things and uh, they scratched up the disc. So so I basically beat all the game's endings and got all the secret stuff and whatnot. I couldn't play it anymore. And my mom, wanting to be nice, wanted to buy me the game again, but she couldn't find any that weren't like overly priced now. So she got me the dreaded HD collection. And I know it is a sin to bring that thing up or its existence. But I can tell you this, it's a lot worse than anybody ever describes it being. When that thing came out, yes, we all knew it was a horrible glitchy mess and it was terrible. But people would not bring attention to certain things to the point that I didn't even know there were certain terrible things system-wise with that game. And sadly, that's the closest I ever got to Silent Hill 2 before playing the remake. And yeah, was really not the best way to be introduced to this game. It did the original game no justice, but it at least allowed me to get an idea of the things that were the original game that this game is a remake of. Also, one thing I can say, getting the early like deluxe edition was sort of a rip-off for this game because yeah, you got the costumes, but after the game came out and people just got the normal version, it was apparent that you could get the costumes by completing the endings. All it did was get rid of your chance of getting those things as a sort of cool trophy for getting certain endings, which was like cool little headpieces. And there was a thing where after you played the game once, then you got high contrast mode. But now apparently you can get it right away. And it kind of sucks because high contrast mode is like one of those things you'd want to get on a new game plus because